we've been talking about poverty, we've been talking about AIDS. On all these issues, uh, unleashing the potential of women, and especially in the developing world, is the single most dramatic way to change the fortunes of these countries. And that's divided into poor, impoverished, often illiterate women, and some men in the microcredit field, and it's also creating opportunities against social barriers, particularly in Muslim countries where women were supposed to be veiled and stay in the house. But if you go to some of the Gulf states now, you can, and other places, even in Saudi Arabia, you can begin to see some changes. Ironically, Iran has some opportunities for women. On microcredit, we heard some clapping, which cheers us up because we were debating backstage how many people understood it. Let me tell you exactly how it works by taking a specific example I saw in the slums of Nairobi a few months ago, in the area where The Constant Gardener was filmed. There's a woman, it could be a man, but most of the time it's a woman. There's a woman there in a terrible area, open sewers, no drinkable water, the most terrible visible diseases, high HIV rates. And there's a woman in a dirt shack with a sewing machine. She got it on a microcredit loan. She starts doing dresses. She does a few wedding dresses. She starts to make a little money. She repays the loan. The repayment rate is very high. And as Nora wishes you all to know, the women pay back better than the men. And then two young women came to her and said they want to be her apprentices. So they pay her a little money to be an apprentice, and she buys a second sewing machine. And she's beginning in a tradition that all Americans are familiar with. She's illiterate. You know where this loan came from? It came from the Nike Foundation. It could have been anyone, Standard Charter, Citicorp, AIG, a lot of people in the audience today from insurance companies. You all know what microinsurance is. It's the parallel side of it. The AIG, on whose board I sit, has developed in the last year a very aggressive micro-insurance project. All of this was devised by one man, Mohammed Yunus, who won the Nobel Prize 2 years ago for it, who's been in business for 20 years. Such a simple idea. It is changing the world in the classic cliche, one person at a time, in the slums, where previously we thought you couldn't reach.
Yeah.
Well,